All right, everybody, welcome to Thursday. How are ya? How are you? Today in our live astrology Q&A, we are going to talk about Mars. Mars has just moved into Scorpio and should feel a very big difference, especially if you are an Aries or have a lot of strong Mars in your chart. If Mars, woo! So we're going to talk about that today in the live session. Later this month, I am going to kick off my astrology school, Mapping Your Timeline, with a live three weeks in a row. We're going to have a live talking about 2026. So I'm going to give you the skinny on all the big themes, tell you what to look for, and we'll talk about how you harness that energy. If you want to jump onto my astrology school, Mapping Your Timeline, there's a link below. Or you could just jump onto that 3-night live. You can do that separately if you want to. Let's see what's going on today. Close your eyes to open your heart. Come here, do that. Close your eyes to open your heart. Ooh, another I. Trust and act accordingly. Ask wonderfully, receive graciously. Galactic grandmother, Pachamama. Ancestors coming in here pretty loud. There's some kind of guidance. Yesterday in Pathfinders, I dove back into intention and using your intuition and how to access your high self. We talked about that yesterday. And there's definitely something about going inward. Some of you have a very strong connection to a feminine ancestor. They're guiding you right now. They're wanting you to know that. All right. So maybe you don't know that. Maybe you're just kind of like, well, I don't know which guide this is, or I don't know what they're trying to tell me. I'm having a hard time navigating this. I'm here to tell you that there is a feminine ancestor who is really needing to get some kind of information to you. All right, let's see what wants to come through in the reading today. So you're going to need to ask. You're going to need to ask for this guidance. This is a feminine guide, a feminine ancestor who wants to share something very important. So we'll ask in this reading if we can get more information on that. All right. The Sun card, Leo, Page of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Hanged Man, and there's a Three of Swords here. So there's definitely something about a father figure or a person who you have recently seen differently, and it's kind of broken your heart. There's a masculine ancestor. This feminine ancestor has something to say about that. All right. 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups, Emperor. Wow, lots of look at this. Emperor, 5 of Cups, and the Justice card. All right, I like this. We're moving into Libra time, or we're in Libra time right now. Venus is going to be moving into Libra, which is going to be very welcome, balancing energy. Lovers, Gemini, Aries, Libra, Gemini, Leo. 9 of Cups. Wow. And the 3 of Pentacles. Wow. So there's, okay. The feminine ancestor wants you to know that you've been looking at things through the lens of what a masculine ancestor told you. This masculine ancestor is not what you thought they were. They were really trying to gaslight you, or they weren't trying to give you clarity. They were trying to obscure clarity. Mystery, okay? A mystery, wanting to keep an air of mystery to keep their power going. This feminine, this galactic grandmother coming right at you saying, hey, that was all a bunch of lies. It colored your life for a long time and colored it with disappointments. And I feel like you still give this masculine ancestor a lot of credit, or feel like they're somebody who is needing to be put on a pedestal. But I feel like the galactic grandmother is saying, no, don't do that anymore. Okay, please don't do that anymore. This can be the divine feminine energy on the planet saying that the masculine energy that we've been that we've been revering for many, many generations is changing, needs to change. They're changing out of some kind of lie that they've been perpetrating. And really now they're seeing their own good hearts, their own kind, generous, empathic natures. That's what they've been trying to hide all this time. They've been telling lies and harming people because we haven't revered the energy of empathy. And so that has not been a thing, right? We don't want the masculine energy to show empathy, but I feel like now we do. We're coming into that time where the lies around masculine energy are going away. The feminine energy is the energy that's going to step up. Feminine energy has also been telling itself lies for a long time. So we're really clearing this through. Masculine, feminine is being cleared right now. So on a personal level, how you're activating your masculine energy, right? Are you, instead of healing from something and feeling the feelings, are you out there taking physical action? Now, there's nothing really wrong with that, because I feel like physical action can help you process emotion, right? Somatic therapies and all of that, like, can help you process things. But there's something about not wanting to feel it. And so like you're running away from yourself. You're moving, you're doing so much that sitting still is really a problem. Sitting still has become a problem. Sitting still and feeling and going inward has been a real issue. But now this is in balance. Now we're getting into balance. Masculine energy, bringing online their empathy. Feminine energy, being able to take action in an empathic way, right? Using their masculine as a way to, sort of put their love into the world. This 5 of Cups, there's an ending here. This 5 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Okay, yeah. Childish, not childlike, with the feel around like hope and joy. Childish, meaning, narcissistic. And we don't label children as narcissists because their job is to pay attention to themselves because they're learning the world. But there's something here about childish as a grown-up is something that, like, head in the sand kind of stuff is being purged in a big way. Saturn back in Pisces. Childish behavior is being purged. The Tower, Ace of Wands, new ideas, new thinking. The Knight of Wands, about moving forward with passion. We're blowing up some childhood ideas because they're childish. They're keeping us from growth. They're keeping us from embracing true joy and happiness. They're keeping us in a world of lies. There's a bubble of lies here. 8 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. And there's a new offer coming in that we have to be more discerning and to be able to see it, to be able to embrace it. A collaboration, the Lover's card, and look at the Sun energy, holding hands, masculine, feminine, holding hands. The Lover's card, the 3 of Pentacles, working together, the happiness and joy that comes from that. This is like masculine and feminine have been pitted against each other by a lie, by a bunch of lies. All right. And now that's getting blown up. New ideas taking their place, new opportunities. Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords. Page of Cups, the Fool. That's the new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, another ace. And the Empress. Okay. So, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, the Six of Cups. There's all this very in the Fool, very childlike energy. And one of the things about children is they just sort of take in, they're sponges, right? Children are just sponges. They take in everything. You never know what meaning they give to it. And they're like, the meaning of things is being disrupted. The Ace of Swords is hanging over this reading. So there's the meaning to which, how we were raised, the meaning to how we see things is going to be upended. We've got the Hanged Man here, right? If we thought something was good, we're going to see it as bad. I hate to use those polarizing terms, but that's what I'm getting here. And there's definitely I feel like everyone is going to have a moment where something that they believed in because of some masculine version of it in the world, Galactic Grandmother is saying we need to look at that differently. I also feel like a lot of people, one of the things I teach a lot about intuition. And by far, the strongest impediment is that you don't trust yourself. You know why? Because people told you that you couldn't trust yourself. Don't believe your own lying eyes. Believe me. Believe this external being. I want to have power over you. So you have to look up to me and believe in me, right? See that alligator kind of looking up, putting someone on a pedestal. Like, I have to believe in these external people. I can't believe in my own intuition. And we lionize, or we put on a pedestal also our egoic experience, our logical mind, our all of those things, and completely negating intuition, completely negating what by far one of the first part of a question that I get a lot is always, how do I know? Fill in the blank, right? When we're talking about intuition, we're talking about spirit guides, we're talking about all these things. How do I know? And when you say that, you're basically, that is your ego wanting to be right. And there's also coming quickly behind that is that logic. I must be able to think my way through some things. And intuition is nothing like that. Okay. And I taught yesterday about connecting to your higher self. Your higher self is pure soul. It's your blueprint. It's the soul path that you're on. It's the connection to spirit that you have. And when you are in this connected to it, you're being directed, you're being offered guidance that is soul-based guidance. When you're in your ego or in your thinking or logical only, you can be connected. Ego, you're connected to your lower self. I'm going to do this because it's going to make me look good. It's going to bring me love. It's going to bring me money, going to bring me sex, going to bring me power. All those things. But your soul path, when you're connected to your higher self, these are the lessons that you're here to learn. These are the things that, are being, before you came to this planet, were the agreements and contracts you made. And to connect with that high self means you're on path. When you're connected to ego, you're doing things from a 3D, earthly, I need to look a certain way. I need to have these, this kind of power, uh, this kind of external experience in my life in order to be looking, in order to be successful or whatever it is. Those are all societally driven kind of pieces of information or experiences. And sometimes, a lot of times, the soul is in conflict with that. And I feel like the galactic grandmother is saying that the soul right now is so in conflict with what's happening on this planet that a lot of us on the spiritual path are being woken up through tower moments to get back on our soul path. The Fool. The Fool, the Empress, the Emperor. And getting guidance. How do I know? It's not a thinking thing. How do I know is different than a soul inner knowing. Very different feeling. How do I know says, based on my experiences, my societal expectations, what I'm being told is the right or the wrong path based on society, based on what other people tell me, external forces telling me that are shaping what I think is good and bad. To clear that out and to really reconnect with your high self, that's what Galactic Grandmother is saying. So we're not saying masculine is bad. We're not saying feminine is good or any of that stuff. What we are saying is the balance of it is going to help you align with your path forward. And there's a lot of people really out of balance right now. Really out of balance. So Galactic Grandmother, help us get back into balance here. And I see this coming through as some kind of ending is going to sort of blow open going to blow open your ability to see what is truly on your spiritual path, what is truly on your connected self directive forward, right? The connected self. That is coming in. Going to see some stuff that you really believed as lies. And you're going to see some stuff that you really believed through your own connection with spirit as becoming or as being seen as like vindicated, like things that you have come to understand through your connection to spirit. Maybe there's a lot of people who are like, oh no, that's a bunch of bunk. Your spiritual connection, that's a bunch of hooey and magic and all of that. There's a vindication here of the spiritual path. There's a vindication of the spiritual path. New opportunities being offered when you embrace that connection to your high self, as opposed to being connected to the ego and what the ego says is good. All right, we're going to continue on with this. Let's look at what we don't see coming. I want to get into this tower and what that could look like and how this plays out. Link is below if you want to continue on. I will see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.